On this edition of CAPS 13 News, an electronic cigarette company changes regulations on its products, how owners hope it will reduce usage among teens. Plus, PSU students, faculty, and staff don't have to travel far to get their passports. And a PSU group is bringing one issue out of the darkness and into the light, all to raise awareness. All that and more coming up on CAPS 13 News.
Thanks for joining us for this edition of CAPS 13 News. I'm Erin Kapaska.
And I'm Guillermo Hansen. An electronic cigarette company puts new regulations on its products.
I took a look at why Juul made these changes and the steps it's taking on social media to reduce an ongoing issue. The company Juul was created to offer adult smokers another alternative to smoking in hopes of eliminating the use of cigarettes. Kevin Burns, CEO of Juul, says that the device was never meant for people who had never smoked before. However, teen vaping is at an all-time high, and Juuls can be seen everywhere around high schools and college campuses. Since this has become an issue, Juul has decided to take action to prevent the underage usage of their products.
So I think it's good that the Juul company is cutting back on the usage, or at least they're trying to, because a lot of underage people are using Juuls, which is not good because Juuls contain a lot of nicotine, obviously, and people are getting addicted to it.
As of November 13th, they have stopped distributing the flavored pods to their 90,000 retail stores. The flavored pods will only be sold on Juul's website, which requires you to verify your age, address, and last 4 digits of your social security number. Convenience stores will continue to carry the tobacco, menthol, and mint flavors. Juul has also promised to shut down any social media that promotes underage vaping and is continuing to monitor other use of Juuls on social media through third parties. Their hope is that by making the flavored pods less accessible to minors and by reducing their social media presence, less underage kids will vape. For CAPS 13, this has been Erin Kapaska. Pittsburgh State University students in need of a passport can now get one processed on campus. The PSU Post Office in Whitesett Hall is now authorized by the Department of State to be a passport acceptance facility. This means they can help people obtain or renew passports either by providing the forms required to obtain one or assisting in the necessary photography or paperwork to do so.
We are currently a Department of State passport acceptance facility, and it's a convenience that we can offer to the students, faculty, and staff, as well as to the community, to come in and get their passports processed through us.
Individuals looking to get a passport through the PSU Post Office can schedule an appointment by emailing psupassport@pittstate.edu or by calling 620-235-4772. Walk-ups can be done Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m., and applicants should bring a valid driver's license and original birth certificate. The entire process should take about 20 to 30 minutes for each person. The passport itself will usually be delivered in 4 to 6 weeks, although you can expedite it for an additional cost.
According to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, almost 40,000 Americans die each year from suicide. It's also the 10th leading cause of death in the United States. Out of the Darkness is a PSU group working to fight these rising statistics. They hold an event every year in March to raise awareness and donations for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. The event features multiple booths with different activities to participate in, as well as a raffle. The group offers people affected by suicide a chance to help others in need.
I think that it's just been a really great way for me to be able to branch out and help people who really need it, because suicide awareness is something that has a big impact on my life and on many other people. And so it's just something that I deeply care about because it allows me to help people.
If you're interested in joining Out of the Darkness, send them a message through Guerrilla Engage.
Pittsburgh State University is preparing for a major change in its staff next year. Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dr. Lynette Olson, announced that she will retire on June of 2019. The university has already begun the search process to fill this position. A search committee led by Dr. Steve Irwin, the Vice President of Student Life, is composed of campus leaders and representatives as well as a staff member of the Kansas Board of Regents. Dr. Olson has been serving the university in the position of Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs since March of 2010.
The term provost is used in a variety of ways, but it in general means that you're like the second person on the campus. So if something happened to the president and he was unable to fulfill responsibilities, then the provost would step up. And what it does is it honors that academics is the core of the university. We have lots of other great things that happen on campus and support student learning, but at the end of the day, it's really that academic component that is the core.
The deadline to submit applications for the position is January 31st, 2019, and the selection of the new provost is expected to occur in late May of 2019. The new provost will start July 1st.
Coming up on Caps 13, a new business in Pittsburgh is geared towards men, the unique products they offer, and why owners decided to come to Southeast Kansas.
Plus, they've spent the past 4 months getting ready. A look at the PSU track and field team. We'll be right back.
Black smoke pouring out a tailpipe down a dirt road. Barbed wire fence posts and blue skies forever. White frame farmhouse with a front porch view. They say some souls were just born to run. And I grew up thinking I was wrong. But I'm drawn to Kansas, where I come from. Like a sunflower follows the sun.
Yep.
"30 seconds. Gosh dang it, Trevor.
Girl, your outfit is so on fleek. OMG, thanks, girlfriend. I love your outfit too.
20 seconds.
It's fleet, not fleet. Get it right.
No, it's fleet. I'll Google it.
There's only one man whose outfit is on fleek.
Dope.
Lit! I'm shook.
10 seconds.
Are you guys ever gonna take this job seriously?
We'll
Show ya.
There is a new business in town that is bringing a lot of buzz to the southern part of downtown.
Caps 13's Cody Renfro brings us more on the store that is bringing a completely different market to Pittsburgh business.
As the revitalization of downtown Pittsburgh is in full swing, another business was added to the list this past Saturday. Miners in Monroe is a men's apparel and lifestyle goods store located at 214 South Broadway Street. The shop consists of home goods such as candles, posters, and mugs, personal care products such as beard oils, colognes, and body wash, as well as men's clothing ranging from jeans and flannels to suits and ties. Owner and operator Davey Froman says he and his wife chose Pittsburgh to fill a need that the community has been missing.
Some people thought we were crazy to do this, but we just felt like there was a lot of potential in Pittsburgh. There's a certain need, and I think sometimes when you start a business, the best way to be successful in a business is to fill a niche that's missing in a community, and that's something that my wife and I felt like was missing in this community, was a place for men to get quality apparel and clothing.
The store brings in a new market for Pittsburgh that focuses on men, particularly in the clothing industry. With several clothing stores in town geared towards women's fashion, Miners in Monroe is the first of its kind in this city. As such, Froman is hoping to attract young men from the university to his new business. Will Lamb, a student at Pittsburgh State University, explains why he's excited for the new establishment.
It gives me a place to go get clothes that really express who I am as an individual, get candles and stuff for my apartment. Really, the big thing right now is like guys just taking care of themselves and not acting like they're just big burly guys. So I mean, candles that we like that are good smells that aren't just like fruit, or nice clothes for us to express ourselves in, jean jackets, they have nice business clothes for you to wear on a snappy casual kind of day. shoes, plenty, like anything you can think of it has for the young male.
Miners in Monroe is open Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., and Sunday from noon to 4 p.m. For CAPS 13 News, I'm Cody Renfro.
Korean Student Association held a closing meeting for the fall semester. KSA members gathered for their last event of 2018. They looked back at what they did this past semester and previewed some big events for next semester, like a delegation trip to Korea. Dr. Chung Lee, advisor of KSA, also attended the meeting and thanked the officers for leading all of the events well. A presidential election was held for the next semester, and Sean Lee, president of KSA, shared his feelings after finishing his presidency.
Even though it was my first try to become a president of Korean Students Association, but it was really good memories for me because everyone really helped me a lot and a lot of people enjoy our association events. So I really had a good time with as of become a president.
KSA will continue hosting many cultural events next semester with a new president and officers.
Pitt State University's track and field team is preparing for its first tournament next week. The team has been training for the last 4 months. They have been training in the Plaster Center every day. This year, Coach Kyle Rutledge says the team is really young, so they are working hard to achieve their goals. The team is also looking for freshmen to join.
The women's side, we're young and just very talented. We had some young girls that are going to do a great job this year, but we're just young right now. But very talented, very eager, very fun to coach. They're just a great group of young women. With men's side, we're pretty balanced. We've got a lot of returners on the guys' side. Deron Rollins is back for another year, and he looks great. All of them are doing a great job, and then we've also added some young guys as far as new freshmen coming in that, you know, they're working out well, they're confident, they look very talented, and they're going to do some things that are pretty special. So it's going to be a fun year. We've got a lot of talent and a lot of great men and women as far as personalities and how they're working together.
We wish them the best of luck at the first tournament.
Coming up on CAPS 13, the PSU Department of Communication is working on a cookbook. We head to the kitchen to try out a tasty recipe.
We'll be right back.
No! Dude, bro, why'd you do that? Americans watch on average 5 hours of television per day. And you're one of them. So? That's weird, man. Dude, bro, let's play some Pong. Why would I play Pong if I could just watch it on television? We could play without the ball instead. Oh yeah, that's right.
The skills you can develop in the Army National Guard can give you an edge in the high-tech job market of tomorrow. The Guard offers career training to take advantage of your interests in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Gain practical experience with emerging technology and equipment that you can transfer to an exciting new field. Get a head start on your career while serving part-time and earning money to pay for college. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn about all of the STEM career opportunities available to you in the Army National Guard.
If you're looking for tasty treats to take to your next holiday gathering, look no further, as Lance Benning shows us a recipe from a new student-made cookbook.
Hi, welcome to my kitchen. My name's Lance Benning, and today I'm going to be making a recipe from Taste of the Jungle, the multimedia sales and production class designing, creating, and selling a cookbook with a plethora of recipes. Today I'm going to be making Cynthia Allen's fudge brownies. Let's take a look and see what we need. Alright, we have all of our ingredients for the actual brownies right here. Not too many to work with. We're going to start off with 1 cup of butter, 2 cups of granulated sugar, 4 eggs. You can use basically whatever size eggs you like to use, 3 teaspoons of vanilla, 4 ounces of unsweetened chocolate chips. Now you can use semi-sweet, but you might need to look and see how much less sugar you'll need for the recipe. Lastly, we have 1 cup of flour. Now you can use 1 cup of chopped walnuts if you'd like, but I'm not using it for this recipe. Alright, now let's take a look and see what we need to do to make those brownies. Now that we have our melted butter and chocolate chips, it's time to add the flour, sugar, vanilla, and eggs and mix together thoroughly so we can get it ready to bake. I microwave the chocolate chips and butter for about 2 minutes, stirring every 30 seconds, but it depends on your microwave. Now it's time to put our brownie mixture into a 9x13 pan. Once your oven's preheated, you'll need to let it bake for 30 to 40 minutes. Alright, now that our brownies are done baking, we're going to let them cool off, get down to room temperature, and we're going to make our frosting. What we'll need is half a box of chocolate, 1 box of powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, half a cup of milk, and 1 stick of butter. Like with the brownies, you want to take your chocolate and melt it in with your butter, and then you add your powdered sugar, milk, and vanilla. Once your brownies are cooled to room temperature, you can put on your frosting, refrigerate, then cut to serve. If you have a favorite recipe you'd like to share, you're in luck. The Taste of the Jungle cookbook is still hungry for more recipes. If you'd like to submit a recipe of your own, you can find Taste of the Jungle on Facebook or emailing tasteofthejungle@gmail.com.
The deadline for submissions has been extended until further notice, and Taste of the Jungle will also be doing giveaways at a later date.
Lance did bring us some brownies to enjoy, so thank you, Lance. Coming up next in sports, basketball season is in full swing.
And the cross-country team is getting ready for a championship. Matt Swenson has all of that and more after the break. We'll be right back.
I've got a lot of things on my mind. Some things might make you laugh, some things might make you cry, some things might even compromise national security. Why is the internet so obsessed with cats? Hashtag dogs are better. Sorry, but it's true. I can't wait for my trip to Vegas this week, and hashtag Friday can't get here fast enough. Have a nice trip. I hate my job. My boss is such a Oh, crap.
Vision loss is not something that you feel until it happens.
Most people lose their vision from diseases like macular degeneration and glaucoma, not at birth.
3 million Americans have glaucoma, and half don't even know it.
11 million people in the United States have macular degeneration.
So many eye disorders can be treated if caught early.
Make a plan today to get your eyes checked.
Visit brightfocus.org to learn more.
Pitt State Athletics had a lot to be thankful for last week in men and women's basketball at home and cross-country competing in the Central Region Championships. We'll kick things off with the Pitt State women's basketball team as they hosted the Bethany Swedes. The Gorillas got off to a great start, holding the Swedes to just 7 points in the first quarter, while they scored 18. The second quarter was no different, and the Gorillas went in at halftime leading 37-16. In the third and fourth quarters, the Swedes only put up 32 more points and couldn't stop the Gorillas, who put up 44 to make the final score 48-81 in favor of the Gorillas, who are now 4-1 on the season. Shelby Lopez led the team in scoring with 17 points, and 3 others scored in double figures. The women have the weekend off and won't return to action until December 5th. We now turn our attention to the Pitt State men's basketball team, and we will send it to Avi Sharma, who is at John Lance Arena.
Thanks, Matt. We are just a couple hours away from the Pittsburgh State men's team hitting the floor at 7 o'clock tonight to take on Nebraska Christian. The Gorillas are 4-1 on the year and don't look to slow down, with this being the last game before conference play opens up. PSU will want to add another W to their win column. The Gorillas are second in scoring, however they give up the most points in the conference. The biggest stat about this team is that they do not turn the ball over. They are first, averaging a +5 turnover margin. Offensively, Grant Lazoya and Donovan Franklin have been lighting up the scoreboard. They're both averaging 23 points per game, and most of them have come from inside the three-point line. Their opponents tonight, the Sentinels from Nebraska Christian, come in at 4-5 on the year. This will be their first matchup against an MIAA opponent, and will play another one later in the year against Nebraska Kearney. The Sentinels' biggest strength is at their rebounding game. The Gorillas will have to keep them off the boards and will have to make their shots. We will see how this one turns out tonight at 7 o'clock. Thanks, Matt. Back to you.
Now that basketball season is in full swing, we can take a look at the standings in the MIAA. Starting first with the men. Northwest Missouri is the clear leader of the pack with a 7-0 record, but Missouri Southern, Pitt State, and Washburn aren't far behind, with only 1 loss so far this season. Next, we go to the women's standings in the MIAA. There are 3 undefeated teams still, with Central Oklahoma, Fort Hays, and Lincoln all remaining perfect. But Pitt State is not far behind with only 1 loss. Make sure to follow this action as basketball season starts to heat up. The men and women's cross-country team headed to Joplin to compete in the Central Region Championships last week. The men placed 8th overall and unfortunately will not be making the trip to the national championships. The women, however, had a great day, taking 3rd and automatically qualified for the championships. Piper Miss led the Gorillas with a 19th place time of 20 minutes and 0.2 seconds. There were also some honors bestowed on 4 Pitt State cross-country runners last week from the United States Track and Field and Cross Country Coaches Association. Piper Miss, Cassidy Westhoff, and Jordan Puvogel earned all-region accolades on the women's side, and Diego Contreras earned all-region recognition for the men. Let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend for Pitt State athletics. Thursday night is the only basketball action this weekend. The Pitt State men's basketball team will host the Nebraska Christian Sentinels. They will look to continue their 4-game win streak as their season rolls on. Pitt State will also be hosting the National Junior College Athletic Association Championship Thursday night. Number 1 East Mississippi takes on number 2 Garden City under the lights in Carnegie Smith Stadium. Next, we move right along to Saturday for some cross country. The women's cross-country team will travel to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to compete in the 2018 NCAA Division II Cross-Country Championships. They will compete against 34 other schools from across the country and try to bring home a national championship. Be sure to check out the Pitt State Athletic page for results on this Saturday's championship. To close out sports this week, we wanted to take a peek at what's coming up for the Gorilla basketball teams. On Wednesday, December 5th, both the men's and women's team will finally have their first taste of MIAA action as the Gorillas host the Northeastern State Riverhawks. Then on Saturday, the 8th, the homestand continues when the Central Oklahoma Broncos come to town. Be sure to come out and support the Gorillas as they continue their hot starts to their seasons. That'll do for sports. Coming up on Caps 13, a look at events coming up next week. We'll be right back.
Caps 13 Sports works tirelessly to bring guerrilla athletics to your living room. But when the university heads heard about the lice epidemic spreading into the area, they elected to bring in an expert.
Good luck, man.
Oh, hey, what's up, Doc? Is everything okay?
This is Ty. He decided to wait until the last minute to start his big paper. It looks like he's having some problems. Don't be like Ty. Try Gorilla Geeks. Gorilla Geeks is an on-campus service providing technical assistance to students, faculty, and staff. They offer assistance with things such as your Canvas and Guest accounts, virus protection, software installation, and much more. You can visit Gorilla Geeks at their office in Whitesett Hall, room 109 at these hours, contact them through their online chat, or message them on Facebook. If you have technology questions, Gorilla Geeks have answers.
Selfless service is the principle that guides Army National Guard soldiers to be ready whenever disaster strikes. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times. Selfless service, it's what inspires the men and women of the Army National Guard to be part of something greater than themselves. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
Here's some events coming up next week in the Pittsburgh area. Friday, November 30th, the SCK Symphony will be performing a holiday concert along with the Bells of the Balkans and PSU Jazz Ensemble. The evening will feature the Nutcracker Suite with movements performed by the Symphony and the PSU Jazz Ensemble, performing the Duke Ellington Billy Strayhorn arrangement. The concert starts at 7:30 p.m. at the Bicknell Family Center for the Arts. It's free and open to the public.
Tuesday, December 4th, tuba and euphonium players from all over the four-state area will be gathering to spread holiday cheer at Holly Jolly Tuba Christmas. All tuba, baritone, and euphonium players are invited to perform. Registration for the event is at 5 p.m. and the concert begins at 7:30 at the Bicknell Center for the Arts. The concert is free to the public, but registration to participate is $10, which includes all music and a souvenir button.
Lastly, on December 5th, the Department of Music will be presenting the Timmins Chapel Concert. This annual holiday concert has been taking place for most of the past half-century and will include performances from faculty, students, and community members. This concert is free and open to the public. Seating is limited, but a second performance will be taking place Friday, December 7th.
That does it for this week's edition of CAPS 13 News.
Also, visit us on Facebook at CAPS 13 Pittsburgh State University. Stay tuned to CAPS 13 for more great programming.